Hello, welcome. In today's video we're going to visit one of my favourite compact lenses, the TTArtisan 28mm f5.6. I'm going to be using it for both M mount and on the Leica SL via an adapter. Here you can see it on my Leica M262 and it gives a super compact setup, especially with the hood removed. The hood's quite useful for a bit of flare reduction and also if you're shooting in the rain, but for most of this trip we had sunshine, so that made it a bit easier. Coming up I'll share sample photos and you'll see some action shots of me shooting portraits for the 28mm lens. Hey guys, Matt here from MrLeica.com. So the photos you're going to see from this video are from a road trip in Europe with my Patreon friend Toby. So Toby drove us around 3 countries in 5 days and we did photo shoots and tested various lenses along the way. First, let's look at M mount. So you can get this lens in silver and black. You used to be able to get it in LTM also. I have done a full detailed video about this, all the specs and stuff, so I'll link that at the end. This video is going to be more sample photos, how it looks in black, because I just got a black copy to match my black camera, and then also using it on the SL for portraits, because I think that's something that's often overlooked by Leica shooters. As the name suggests, we're on the road a lot during a road trip, so I use the 28mm as my perfect kind of everyday carry lens to shoot things out the windows we went past. The 35mm I was using was a bit too tight, where 28mm pretty much was perfect for what I was seeing. Here you can see the lens without the hood attached, and it is really compact, and for me it's the best made TTArtisan lens and the most Leica-like TTArtisan lens in terms of build quality. It does give a bit of a filmic look, which I really like, and a bit of a heavier vignetting compared to other lenses, but I like that also, and I normally add that anyway with presets. The weather was quite changeable on the roads, but luckily for the photo shoots it was generally hot and warm, but the rain made some quite interesting photos, or I did my best to try to get some cool shots along the way. Here you can see me using the reflection off the roof of the car, and then on the road again to our next location. I would say this lens is better suited to sunnier conditions because it does have a maximum aperture of f5.6, so I tended to shoot at around ISO 800 in darker conditions on my digital M262. Now, what about the Leica SL series cameras? Now this I think is what people really overlook. 28mm doesn't sound that exciting for portraits. So here you can see me shooting in Austria with model Sarah. And I was using various cameras, so first you can see me with a Contax that I'll do a review on in another video. I picked that up while I was in Czech Republic, and it comes with a 50mm f2 collapsible sonar lens. You can also see me using a little light to boost the available light, and I'll also do a video on that when I get a chance to talk a bit more about why I use these compact lights. But the main difference for using an SL rather than an M camera is a 28mm on a M camera with a close focus distance of 1 meter. It just isn't close enough for portraits. As you can see, this is me on a 50, and even that's not really close enough for 50mm on a 1 meter close focus distance on an M camera. The benefit of the SL series cameras, as you've probably seen in my other videos, is you can use a close focus adapter, as seen here from Light Lens Lab, and then suddenly I can get to around half a meter or maybe even closer with all lenses. So my 28mm now goes to half a meter, maybe even 0.3 meters. Here you can see example photos now using the SL and the 28mm, and I was using Toby as my model while Sarah was getting changed. Toby is a fellow photographer, so he had his CL and he picked up his Konica lens when we were in Czech Republic as well. All these photos are edited with my Mr. Leica presets. All I do is RAW plus preset. Link below if you want presets. This particular pack is my new 262 preset pack. In this instance, now added to like SL series photos, and I was playing around with both a mix of colour and black and white. I quite like the colour because of the glasses matching with the colours of the clothes in the background. If you're new here and you haven't yet downloaded my free ebook, if you love model photography or the idea of getting into model photography, check out my free ebook, and the full ebook is coming soon. Okay, to extend the portrait shoot even further, Sarah just grabbed one of her rabbits from her rabbit hutch above her bed. And so I did my very first Pet Plus model photo shoot. So I don't think I've ever shot a rabbit and a model before, so there's always a first for everything. Again, first with my Contax, so I still try to shoot film for all key photos where possible on all photo shoots, because the goal is to try to print my photos in the darkroom. But these photos are now, the ones you're seeing basically are all shot with the 28mm TTArtisan lens. I've not yet had time to develop the film. There you can see that's how close you can get. So that's 28mm, no cropping on any of these photos, all out of camera. I was on 100th of a second sync speed, which is great for static models, but maybe not so great for fast moving rabbits. So there is a bit of motion blur in some of these photos, but otherwise I think the lens did really well because I could back up to get the full kind of view of that area of the room. You can see it's such a cool setup. She's made a rabbit hutch above her bed, so like a bed's below that. I've never seen a rabbit hutch made above a bed before, so comment below if you've seen something similar. I added the glasses. I tried to style everything. You can see she's got loads of cool clothes. So I picked the clothes, I picked the glasses, she picked the rabbit, and then it was my job to pick flattering lighting and pose her to the camera and things like that. As I say, the ebooks will describe everything about how I do what I do when it comes to model photography, and that's why I teach my regular Mr. Leica workshops. Again, all these photos are just out of camera plus preset, super quick, and then I can send all photos to the models. I think we shot with 4 or 5 models, and so it's easier to then send 300 photos per model to all models within quite a quick time. So there you can see it on the SL, there you can see it on the M camera. Really good on M cameras in particular, but if you want to get closer, consider a L mount camera with an adapter. Thanks as always to my awesome patrons, and to see the full review of this lens, click here next.